possibility is what are called chaotic boundary conditions. So, are you ready for the chaos? Chaotic boundary conditions. These implicitly assume either that the universe is spatially infinite or that there are infinitely many universes. Under chaotic boundary conditions, the probability of finding any particular region of space in any given configurations just after the Big Bang is the same, in some sense, as the probability of finding it in any other configuration. The initial state of the universe is chosen purely randomly. This would mean that the early universe would have probably been very chaotic and irregular because there are many more chaotic and disordered configurations for the universe than there are smooth and ordered ones. If each configuration is equally probable, it is likely that the universe started out in a chaotic and disordered state simply because there are so many more of them. See, I'm not sure that I'm a big fan of the whole multiverse thing, but I'll entertain it. It is difficult to see how such chaotic initial conditions could have given rise to a universe that is so smooth and regular on a large scale as ours is today. So, how did the chaos lead to something so elegant, so smooth, so isotropic, so homogeneous? So, that's sort of a question as well. One would also have expected the density fluctuations in such a model to have led to the formation of many more primordial black holes than the upper limit that has been set by observations of the gamma ray background. So remember, Stephen Hawking of course, worked on black holes on his thesis. He gave us Hawking radiation, that the fact that there could be quantum fluctuations leading to some emission from black holes, even though from classical physics like general relativity, we of course thought that there can be nothing that escapes a black hole. So that's sort of the background here, but he actually predicted primordial black holes, or maybe wished for them to exist. And then, we looked for them in observation, for example, the gamma ray bursts and all that, to see if maybe primordial black holes could be an explanation for them. But from those observations, we were able to set a limit based on not finding primordial black holes. And so he's, kind of being like, okay, well, if there was so much chaos, then why didn't we have more primordial black holes? As somebody who may be a little biased towards primordial black holes, Stephen Hawking. So one would also have expected the density fluctuations in such a model to have led to the formation of many more primordial black holes than the upper limit that has been set by observations of the gamma ray background. If the universe is indeed spatially infinite, or if there are infinitely many universes, there would probably be some large regions somewhere that started out in a smooth and uniform manner. Yay! It is a bit like the well-known horde of monkeys hammering away on typewriters. Most of what they write will be garbage, but very occasionally, by pure chance, they will type out one of Shakespeare's sonnets. So if you had a lot of universes, a lot, then that also increases the chance of this Shakespeare thing happening with the monkeys. Similarly, in the case of the universe, could it be that we're living in a region that just happens by chance to be smooth and uniform? At first sight, this might seem very improbable because such smooth regions would be heavily outnumbered by chaotic and irregular regions. However, suppose that only the smooth regions were galaxies and stars formed and were conditions right for the development of complicated self-replicating organisms like ourselves, who were capable of asking the question, why is the universe so smooth? This is an example of the application of what is known as the anthropic principle, anthropogenic meaning human stuff. So I'm guessing anthropic is something to do with people. Anthropic principle, which can be paraphrased as, we see the universe the way it is because we exist. We see the universe the way it is because we exist. Oh my gosh. Gosh, oh gosh. We see the universe the way it is because we exist. Ah! There are two versions of the anthropic principle, the weak and the strong. The weak anthropic principle states that in a universe that is large or infinite in space and or time, the conditions necessary for the development of intelligent life will be met only in certain regions that are limited in space and time. The intelligent beings in these regions should therefore not be surprised if they observe that their locality in the universe satisfies the conditions that are necessary for their existence.